Love and light, beautiful collectives. This is your girl Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen channel. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. I'm actually commuting back to the healing center, the office, whatever you want to call it, and just started to have some thoughts that I wanted to share with the collectives on this beautiful day. Today's date is Friday, October 10th, 2:49 on the clock. Just switched over. As we begin the message, you might be seeing the numbers 249, 1025, 1010, 222, 4949, 999, or 4444. If you are seeing any combination of those numbers associated with today's message, please do check the meanings out, any angel number and gematria meanings. Guys, just a thought for today. I'm not really pulling any cards. This is just going to be a short, quick message. But the download that I had while I was driving today is they are looking for you. They are looking for you. This is not a message to make people paranoid. I do encourage you to use discretion when you are listening to Oracle, Tarot, and energy reading. Every message will not be your message, but please do take the energy as it resonates for you. So guys, this message today would be for somebody who already is kind of aware of this, and it's yet another confirmation message. Something here in the energy about people, places, or spaces being switched out. What do I mean by that? I mean, a person, a situation starts out a certain way and it's going just fine. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something changes. Either the tone that the individual is speaking to you in, the way that they are concerned or not concerned with something that you're doing, the comments that they are making about things, their viewpoint of something has changed drastically in a short amount of time. Something in the energy is changing in such a sharp, exact, I'm even hearing crisp, like you're very clear that something changed and you're almost thinking, am I even talking to the same person? Did somebody get swapped out with a bot? Literally, that's what I'm hearing. And I'm seeing kind of imagery of like Agent Smith from The Matrix. And for those of you who didn't watch the Matrix series, it was a series of movies. And I believe that was during the early 2000s, if I'm remembering correctly. But Neo was the main character or protagonist, and it was really about being able to awaken from a systemic matrix and see things as they truly are and what that might feel like and look like for different ones. So the whole theme was awakening. But inside of this series of movies, there was an agent of the Matrix whose name was Agent Smith. And this energy would like zoom in and out of beings that existed inside of the Matrix, guys. I can't make it up. So they would, like a person could be standing there and then all of a sudden you would see them morph into this character, which is this agent of the system. He literally was dressed like a Secret Service or an FBI or CIA, something like. He's dressed like some sort of federal agent with an earpiece in. But really what he was a bot that was being controlled by the Matrix. He was a function of it. So even though he had some thoughts and ideas of his own, his primary function was to service the Matrix. And he would do this by kind of zapping into areas where awakened beings were. They looked at this as a glitch in the Matrix, and so they would send an agent in to address that glitch, usually by trying to take it out or to do something to stop the anomaly. Okay? So the reason why I mention this is I'm picking this energy up that some of you might be experiencing, like friends, family members, work associates, people you just met, all of a sudden just like changing. They're not talking the way they normally talk. They're not behaving the way they normally behave. They're in a different energy. You can feel the energy shift all of a sudden. And you know something has changed, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You can sense that there is a shift in the energy. And then all of a sudden it goes. Maybe in that moment, maybe that same day, maybe later that week, I don't know. Something changes in their behavior, and then they feel more familiar, like the person you know. And it's almost like these energies that are like monitoring type energies, monitoring spirits. Okay, we're talking about from an energy and spiritual perspective. Okay, monitoring spirits, if you don't know what it is, look it up. But for those of you who know, you know. They take different shapes and forms, and so they can pop up around others that you know. They can just pop up of their own volition. Energies could send monitoring spirits because they're looking into something, utilizing divination. There's lots of different ways this can happen. I didn't even cover the smallest amount of ways, or I covered, let me put it this way, I covered the smallest amount of ways. There's so many more ways that these types of energies can show up. Will and do. Okay? So, guys, if you have noticed conversations with people, being in certain spaces and places that normally feel comfortable to you, but all of a sudden, something changes. It's almost like something else zapped into the space, and then in another moment, it's gone. This more than likely is your message. What can you do about energies like this? Well, from a bigger picture, it's not really something you need to do something about. If there are energy cords to certain people, places, and spaces that are no longer in alignment, definitely do cut those cords. But there are certain energies in our experience here, in this incarnation, that are able to activate monitoring energies without your permission or consent. Okay? It doesn't mean that they get to get involved or engaged with what you're doing or have control over it. But definitely, they can activate those energies and you will notice them. For energy workers and people who are sensitive to energy, you will understand what I'm talking about. You will be able to feel it. You're supposed to, because you're supposed to be aware of what is happening in the energy. So there's nothing you need to do about that. You don't need to panic. This is another one of those situations where I'm sharing this with you so you can be aware of what might be potentially happening and how to, continue to raise your vibration and cut any cords to any spaces or places that are constantly getting bombarded with monitoring spirits or monitoring energies. If someone is constantly getting jumped on and changing on you constantly, there's something going on with that person, place, or space that isn't vibrating at a frequency that disallows these energies from being able to jump on them. So you might want to consider why it is a person who's around you constantly has this energy jumping up on them or in them, okay? Also, you may have friends, associates, companions that are like covert, jealous energies. And so it's easier for them to have a situation where they're willing to go that direction because low key, they have some sort of undisclosed feelings towards you that are not good. Okay? So just things to consider. I'm not going to keep you guys long today. I just wanted to drop this message, and definitely if you are noticing this type of energy around you, be mindful of where it's tending to pop up, what kind of topics are on the table when it does, or It could be that, you know, you need to consider who you have around you, because someone is not maybe as authentically into you or genuine with you about how they're feeling towards you as they say. Okay? So guys, that's all I have for the message today. Definitely sending love and light to those who resonate with today's energy. And definitely I will be on for a live this weekend on Sunday at 7 p.m. Feel free to come through and support on TikTok at Ora_Gen_Lightworker. That is where you can follow me on TikTok, and of course on YouTube at Ora-gen Collective. Guys, this is your girl Ora-gen, and I definitely look forward to being with you in the next reading. Love and light, guys.